Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And I'm Jen Jen, and today we're going to do a whip and chat. And I'm still working on Dream Catcher Wolf. I have been really slow at this. I know y'all are probably getting bored of watching me do this video, watching me do this diamond painting. And I'm going to try my best to get it done and hung up till I can get a frame so that I could start on the next one because my next one is going to be Scorpio by from Diamond Art Club. Yeah, from Diamond Art Club. So anyway, I hope everyone is well, and we're just gonna get started, and we're gonna talk about what's been going on around here, and I have just hope everyone will hope everyone duh um those of you that are watching, pull out your kits, cross stitch, diamond painting, whatever, and let's chat. So, let me see. Well, this week has been very, very productive. I'll put it that way. Finally got the curtains up in my room, and finally got that, and it looks, somewhat decent. I still need to get the walls painted and stuff, and I can finally do that. I have a roller cover for my paint roller, so I can start on that this weekend, and which is good because I've only been trying to do this since Christmas. And it seems like every time I try, either something happens or I procrastinate. So finally, and got that got the curtains up in my room, have the boys' room all cleaned out, and now just to hang up their curtains in their room, because now this is, y'all are gonna laugh and y'all are gonna think this is, well, maybe not. I bought two sets of curtains for my bedroom because, don't ask me why. I did it because when I was growing up, my mother always had two sets of curtains for each window, the sheer panel and then the actual curtain and so forth. Well, that was what I had in my mind for my bedroom. So when I was sitting here thinking in my head and looking at the curtains, mind you, it looked good in my brain, but when I put them up, they didn't look right at all whatsoever. I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So, uh, Miranda's boyfriend John took them down, and we got them somewhat. I got the ones that I wanted in my room hung up, and as you guys recall, the boys couldn't decide on the color curtains they wanted for their room. Well, finally, because the curtains that I bought that I wanted for my room, hold on, I got a piece of hair. Whew. And I don't know where it's coming from. There it is. I found it. Anyway, they couldn't decide. Finally, they decided. And good thing was, I had ordered that color to be hung in my room along with the orange curtains. Now, mind you, I totally went crazy and bought orange comforter and orange curtains for my bedroom. So they they decided that's what they wanted. So now all I have to do now is just get them hung up, and I'm gonna wait and do that after I paint their room, which should be this weekend after I paint the bathroom. But I know you. I've been asked, why are you doing? Why are you decorating now? Why not wait until after you paint? I don't know. It would make more sense, right? I don't know. I guess I'm backwards that way. I don't know. So, got that straight. So now, all I have to do is hang their curtains up. But I'm going to wait until I paint his room and get that situated, and then, go from there. But, and of course, I need to vacuum his room, their room, because, yeah, it's a mess. But he got it all cleaned out. He had 5 bags of trash. Or, no, not 5 bags of trash. 5 bags of dirty clothes. Now, this boy, I'm telling you. And it wasn't Skylar's clothes, because Skylar's dirty clothes, because Skylar puts his dirty clothes in my basket, in my room. Why, I don't know. But I, there wasn't any of Skylar's that I'm aware of. All I know is he brought out 5 bags of dirty clothes, and I was like, oh my gosh. So those are being taken care of, and now, all we have to do is go in there and paint, and I'm hoping I can find some dressers for them, because the dresser that they have is really, really messed up. And um I mean, it's 19 years old. It's very old, and it's falling apart. And, well, yeah, it's time for new dressers. So Justin's like, well, can we get one that'll fit the TV? And I said, I'll see what I can find. So I'm looking, and I found a couple that were reasonably priced. So hopefully, this will get, they'll get, I can get them soon. I don't know. But, so they're, it's going slow, but sure. Uh, yeah, just trying to get it all situated, and finally have some kind of, um, what do you call it? Some kind of organization for some of my crafts and stuff. I found a cart at Michael's, and I've noticed that in a lot of groups that everybody seems to have this cart, and I found it for $9, which I was totally shocked, because everywhere else I've looked online or whatever for the same exact cart was 20, $30, but this one was $9, and they had a whole section devoted to just these carts, and they were all different colors. And I just picked one, and it's kind of a teal color, which is no big deal. So that has my planning stuff on it, my stickers and all that good junk. So it came in handy. And but yeah, we're slowly but surely getting there. Thank God. And I'm just now, the only thing that really I need to worry about is new flooring. And I asked yesterday, and I'm waiting for, they're waiting on outside contractors to come in and do live-ins that need new flooring. So I'm just waiting. I'm on that list, but I'm just, excuse me, waiting for them to, come in um, and let us know when they can do the flooring, because it's going to be, uh, it looks like hardwood. So I'm not really making a big to do about it, because it might be easier, but then again, who knows? So we'll see. So that's everything. Like I said, it's all coming together. It's not, I think people thought it was gonna take overnight, and no, it's not. So that's a good thing. But other than that, we have all been doing pretty well. We are, um, it's, this weather has been driving me crazy, driving little dude crazy. Um, Little dude had a stomach virus, and now I kind of have it. I'm not feeling like he was feeling. He was feeling gross to the point that he just didn't feel good. And now, of course, I have it, which is just all I'm doing is spending time in the bathroom. And which he didn't have that problem. He just didn't feel good. So so I've been, running back and forth to the bathroom for the past couple of days. Today's not as bad, but I'm not letting it stop me from doing anything. And yesterday, I still didn't feel the greatest yesterday. And, but I did what I needed to do. And, I feel like when I tell y'all what I do on the weekends, which is basically the same thing that we've been doing for the past like month, is spending time with the kids and playing video games. That's really mostly all that is done. I mean, we all take turns playing video games, or we play video games with the kids, or the kids and I do free for all on whatever, Call of Duty or whatever. But that's really all we do. And it's it can be pretty boring because there's really not a whole lot going on. I mean, we're all out here in the living room doing whatever. So, it's one of those things. But I am trying to get into setting up, one night that is a movie night or something like that. And, but I always have the problem of when I do that, I am told, well, I don't like watching what you all watch, or, you know, I'm the same way. There's some things that they watch that I don't like to watch. And, that's part of the reason why they do what, they, go their separate ways. And I'm out in the living room by myself 99% of the time. But that's okay. Because, I've always tried to tell, all my kids, you know, as long as you have, your own interests, and, I'm not going to stop you from, pursuing, what you like or whatever. So, I do make fun of Justin every now and then because he's into anime. I'm not. I've watched some of that stuff. Let me tell you. Yeah, okay. Now, Miranda watches it too. And her boyfriend does watch it. But, when they're here. But I just, I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get it. I have tried to understand it. And, yeah. Okay. I mean, get it. Don't get me wrong. Some of it, there are a couple shows that I have watched now. I don't remember the names of them. That, seem to be pretty, cool shows. But no. Most of the time, I don't understand those shows. I don't understand. And sometimes they're even in a different language. But I don't understand some of these shows. Now, bear with me, guys. I put some new wax in here. It's kind of gotten, what do you call it? Not sticky, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But, now, I don't, excuse me. So most of the time they're, in their rooms watching what they want to not watch. And Miranda's one of those ones. She'll watch, what is it? Chinese TV shows or Japanese TV shows. And hey, whatever floats your boat. And I tried to watch one once with her, and I thought, how in the world do you understand this mess? And I found out, oh, mom, they have subtitles. Okay, but still, how? I don't get it. Now she's gotten her boyfriend hooked on that stuff, even music, which I think is kind of cute and a mess. But okay. I don't even know how she got started on that stuff because I still laugh because she doesn't listen to a whole lot of where did that go? A whole lot of TV or music that she used to listen to, like country music. She doesn't listen to that stuff that much anymore. I don't know why. I don't. I mean, there's a lot of people are on into the K-pop and stuff like that, and which I don't care. I think some of those songs I've seen, and they seem to be pretty decent, but I'm just. I guess I'm just old fashioned. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just used to country music. So I was kind of, but yeah, that's what she watches, and very seldomly does she watch something else. And lately, she's been on the Hercules kick and Xena, the warrior princess. And I walked in the other day and I looked at her and I was like, really? And she's like, what? And I said, Xena, seriously? And I I've watched Hercules, and okay, but I wasn't really, I don't know. But yeah, she watches her thing, and she comes out here, and but lately her anxiety has been really really bad, and so I'm trying to get her into seeing my therapist, and she's kind of nervous about that because she doesn't do well in crowds or people in general. She doesn't even like going to Walmart with me, and when she does, she's like right there next to me. She's not stuck up my butt, but she stays with me on the cart at the cart when she's the one pushing the cart. And but so I'm trying to get her in for that because it's really really hard for her, and she's having a hard time. It's gotten to a point that her anxiety can get so bad that she won't even come out here and associate with us. And at first, I was getting a little, hurt or whatever with that, but hurt by that because, there was a time that she used to come out here and sit out here all the time and watch, you know, spend, time with us. And now, she's having this hard time. So we're trying to get her, kind of get that taken care of because it's not bad, but it's getting to that point that she can't she'll shut herself off, and it's not she didn't used to be like that. So we're kind of working on getting her out of that. And people used to think, oh well, she's really shy. Yeah, she is, but it's not that. I mean, now mind you, she is the total opposite of my oldest daughter, but she has her moments. So it's one of those things. And she's beforehand, before we even knew what was wrong, she was scared to tell me. It took forever, and finally I got her to finally tell me, Mom, I don't like going anywhere. And I asked her, I said, why? And she said, I get, really, really, um, I don't want to say a panic attack or what. She doesn't have an anxiety attack, but I can tell. I've learned to watch now, and I can tell when she gets like that. And I can tell when, being around a bunch of people bothers her. And, I asked her, I said, have you always been like this? No. And I know why. And it's really hard for her. So, and I've had people say, well, you can file uh, to have her get Social Security. And that's one reason why we are getting her set up at a doctor, because she has a really, really hard time. And, had she had a job, and she was there a week before she had an attack. So it's really, really, it's kind of, one of those things. But so far she's learned to live with it. But I can tell that it's going to get to a point that she's going to, you know, it's going to have to be, nipped in the bud beforehand, because especially when she moves out. And not that she doesn't, she lives here, but she's not here most of the time. So, she's, I think, and part of that was she wanted to try to, learn to overcome it by not being here so much and not being in her room. So that's her thing. So that's, she's been working on that. Now, lately she hasn't, just because there's been a lot going on, and she's been here helping me. So she, now she moved out. No, she hasn't moved out, but she's, I think she divides her time half and half. So that, it's a good thing. And the first time that she was gone, she got really, really, nervous. And she texted me, oh, good grief. She texted me right and left for like, the first, it was like every 15, 20 minutes. And finally, she got to the point that she got, after, a couple of times, she finally, how do I put it? She finally felt better about it, and now she doesn't, text me a whole lot when she's not here. And that's all of that. Well then. So, and as for this, yes, I'm slow on this. I'm sorry. It's not, I'm just going to be honest. I love diamond painting. I just don't diamond paint like I used to. I used to diamond paint all the time. Now, forget it. And it's not because I don't want to. It's like every time I turn around, I've got other things to do. And, life can get in the way. And I don't know. So, but I'm going to work on this, because I really, really, I want to start my Scorpio so badly. But, I have all these other diamond paintings that I need to start too. So, yeah. But I really want to start my Scorpio, because I am excited about that one. That's one I want to finish for my birthday and hang up. Oh, let's see. What else? Still trying to muddle through math with Lil Dude. Now, let me tell you. He started division. last week. Now, or no, it was multiplying with decimals. Now, the way that I was taught when I was in school, they're being taught completely different. And well, I did it the way that I did it. He had an example, and he asked me to help him with it, and I was like, okay, I'll help you. So I did it the way that I was taught. Oh no, that's not the way to do it. So he turned in his paper. It was wrong. I was like, oh my gosh, are you just like really kidding me right now? So here we are. I'm trying to figure this out, trying to figure out, what we did. And, she's been good about sending videos and so forth. And which, I think it's me, and I know it's him. Because when we watch the video, we know what to do. We understand it. But then when we go to do it on paper, we're at a total loss. Like the other night, I think it was Monday night. He was doing division. Now, the way that they taught him to do this is completely different from the way that I was taught, which I thought was just kind of like, okay, seriously? So, long story short is, he's dividing by, like 3, and they have a 3-digit number, like 400 and something. And well, I know how to do it the way I know how to do it, but when the way he was taught, now, okay, I know it's easy. It could probably be easy. It could be just me. They're basically multiplying by hundreds to get the answer. And I was like, okay, whatever. So finally, I got to a point. I was like, okay, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I watched the video, I don't know how many times. Finally, I just looked at him and I said, all right, you know what? We're going to try this. And, the only thing you can do is try. Well, he got so frustrated and upset that he thought he was going to get every single one wrong. Now, I don't know if he did get any wrong because he didn't tell me. But he was upset because he didn't want to try. Hang on. Okay. He didn't want to try. I don't know what that was, but he kept saying, Mommy, it's hard. It's really, really hard. I don't understand it. And like him, like me, he understood it when he was watching the video and doing it in class. But when it came time to do it on paper, he totally forgot. So we did it, and I told him, I said, well, trying and doing this as best you can, it shows your teacher that you're trying to learn what she's teaching. So I did send a note, and I told her, I said, look, I said, he's having a hard time understanding this. I'm trying to show him how to do this, and I said, he's not getting it. And I said, I even tried to do it the way I know how to do it, and he got upset because, that's not the way he was taught, so forth and so on. So I don't know, what she said because he didn't tell me. He hasn't said. So, but he's been having a moment. Let's put it that way. But that's okay. So he'll be alright. And so then yesterday we got an email from what is it? His principal about electives for next year. And he looks at me and he says, okay, what does that mean? I said, that means that you need to pick 2 specials or whatever that you want to do, and next year during school and when you go to middle school. So he did. He picked them. He picked, what is it, chorus and tech ed. So he's, all excited about that. But then I found out the middle school that I thought he was going to, because there's 3 middle schools here in town. And the middle school that I thought he was going to, he's not going to. He's going to the one that's like, maybe 5-10 minutes away from my house. So, which I was kind of shocked because I was like, wait a minute. What happened? So I told him, I said, you're not going to the middle school that Justin went to. And he just looks at me. He's like, why? I said, well, I don't know. I said, obviously they changed everything, and which is okay because, that's only 10 minutes away. But he was kind of shocked because he wasn't expecting that. So now I get to start on the next section, guys. And I'm going to move this up, so bear with me. I'm going to move this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. So he's, he's not really too thrilled that he I don't think he's ready for middle school. He's just kind of looking at me the whole thing and time, and he's like, do I have to go to middle school? I don't want to go to middle school. He's kind of nervous about it, which I totally understand because I get it. I would be too. So, because I was, and I told him, I said, it'll be alright. I said, you're not that far away, and, we got it. So he's just, he's still kind of out of it because I don't think he's gotten it through his head that, okay, next year's going to be a whole lot different than this year. And I don't think he's ready for that. I don't think he's ready. He's just kind of nervous, which I can't say I blame him. Believe me, I don't blame him. But yeah, he's a little nervous, guys, but he'll be all right. So he's one thing he's excited about now that he's going to be in middle school is he doesn't have to wear a uniform next year, which is the good thing. He's all excited about that now. He's been so used to it that I don't think he's going to know what to do with himself. But I told him, I said, you'll really be happy. I said, that's one less thing that mommy has to worry about next year. Because buying uniforms was a pain in the butt. Especially if, because, Walmart always had them. And there'd be times that I would go and there wouldn't be any left. And he'd be like, what am I going to wear? And thank goodness the good thing was the pants... The uniform pants always fit him. Had no problem with that. But it was the shirts that I had a problem with. So, excuse me. The good thing was he always had uniform pants that he still could wear. But it seemed like the shirts were always the thing that were getting too small. So, and then, sometimes it would be the opposite. But this year, I don't think, I think he's kind of shell shocked because, he's like, I don't have to wear a uniform? Nope. I mean, now I did tell him, I said, now you will still, have to wear, I still will, make you wear the polo shirts, uh, but not all the time. And he was like, do I have to? Yes. So, yeah, he's not wanting to wear clothes that he wore last year. But that's okay. So, he's all excited because he gets to wear his jeans. He gets to wear, what he wants. And I told him, I said, now some things you're not going to be able to wear because some uh, shirts do have things on it that you can't wear to school. And he was like, why? Just telling you. So, anyway. So then, yesterday, as you all know, was the verdict, the whatever, the sentencing or whatever you call it, was the last day for them to, give you the verdict for Derek Chauvin. And I was watching some of it yesterday morning, and Sky comes out and he looks at me and he said something. Now I can't remember what he said. And I looked at him and I said, son, not all police are bad. And he looks at me and he says, I know, but... And I said, I'm going to take you over to the police station and let you meet the policeman. No. So, obviously, this has kind of affected, Sky a little bit because, he, the whole time, that, especially when, when George Floyd was, first, when George Floyd was killed last year and all, that all started everything. He looks at me and he's like, why are they so mean to him? And I said, son, there are some people out there, especially some police officers, that don't like that, just don't understand. And he looks at me and he's like, well, that's just rude. And I told him, I said, I totally understand that. I totally agree with that. Now I'm going to pull out these. Let me put these over here. I need 2 of them. I keep forgetting that they're here. Sorry, guys. I keep forgetting about my big AB, these big, So, yeah, he's, really, he's had a hard time, trying to understand, but now he gets it because he sat here yesterday and watched some of it with me, and so when we weren't watching TV, we weren't watching the news, yesterday afternoon, and I told him, I went back and I told him, I asked him to pause the game, and I said, guess what? He said, what? And I said, Derek Chauvin was found guilty. And he said, what? I said, yes. And he says, and he looks at me and he says, well, good. And I said, well, do you understand why? And, I have to say, it surprises me that a little dude understands more than I think he does, because apparently he Googles, which I knew he Googled, but he Googled this a while ago, and I didn't know he did. And he says, yes, Mom. He says, he shouldn't have put him in that chokehold. And I looked at him and I said, how do you know that it was a chokehold? And he says, because I Googled it. I was like, okay. So, yeah, he knows more than I think he does, which is, okay. Now let's see what else has been going on here. My goodness. I think that's really all I got this week, guys. Because let me tell you, there isn't a whole lot that's been going on this past week. Which usually there is, and but that's really it, guys. But I really thank you for watching, and hopefully I can get something done on this. As you guys can see, I only have 2 more rows, so maybe I can get lucky. I'm tempted to pull this out and just do both rows at one time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it because I don't know what this is. What is this? Wait a minute. It's not coming off with the tweezers. Maybe I can get it off with the white. There's one part of it. I don't know what it is. There we go. I got it off. I don't know. Don't ask me. No clue what that was. That's weird. So, yeah, I'm going to do both sections that way. That way. And I got to move this up. I'm having a hard time. It doesn't want to cooperate. So, let's see. There we go. Now, work on both sections. That means I gotta pull this out again. Oh, before I end it, I forgot. I finished a book, guys. Yes, I finished a book. It's called The Stranger by Harlan Coben. And I told, if you guys watched my floss tube yesterday, I shared this on my floss tube. It was, oh my gosh, let me tell you, this was a pretty weird. It wasn't weird. There was a lot of plot twists, and there was a lot of different what do you call it? Yeah, it had you wondering who did it. There was a lot of assumptions. Finally, because I listened to it, and when I finished, I was like, wow, I did not see that coming, because I was not expecting that at all, because I was like, holy crap. And, but it was really, really good. It's about this guy who's married, and they have 2 boys. And he's at a, his son is on the lacrosse team. One of his sons is on a lacrosse team in their town. And so he's there at the field where they play. And he, anyway, there's this man, stranger, whatever, that comes up to him and is behind him. And he tells him that his wife cheated on him. Which, and I will tell you this much, later on he finds out that's not true. But he tells him that, there's these, then he needs to look at his credit card statements. So he does that. Long story short is, she has done something, and no, I'm sorry. She finds out something, and anyway, at first I thought, okay, she's done this, she's cheated on her husband, and so forth and so on. Then it just gets even more, involved, and it turns out, there's more to this plot than, I, what originally was, assumed. And it's pretty good. You have to read it to really understand what's going on. You have to really pay attention. I was just like, at first I didn't think I was going to like it because, it started off slow. And I thought, I really don't want to, hear this and read about this and, okay. But it was good. I have to say, I was really, really, I was impressed with the way it was written. Now, like I said, the first like 2 chapters, I couldn't get into it. It just totally, it was just, I couldn't get into it. I was like, no, I'm sorry. This is not, it's not, this isn't going to be a good book. It's not. But, I was actually, shocked that it was. And, so if anybody, you guys really, if anybody, likes that kind of thing, please go read it. It's pretty good. I was, totally, blown away because I've never really read Harlan Coben before. And I thought I wasn't going to like it. And, it's come up on my feed on Goodreads, and I was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to want to read this because, no, I don't know. And I got him totally confused with another author, thinking that it was a different kind of book than what I thought it was going to be. But no, it was pretty good. I'm going to read more. I have another one here at home in hardback, and I forget what that one's called. And that's on my list to read next. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what that one's about and read that one. That's going to be interesting. So now, what am I reading? Oh my gosh, what am I reading now? I'm reading The First Lady. And that one's pretty good too. That one is, and those of you that did not watch my floss tube and saw and heard me, tell you about it, that one's pretty good too. It is, hold on, and I'll tell you what it's about. The summary or about the book is that Sally Grissom is a top Secret Service agent in charge of the presidential protection team. She knows that something is wrong when she is summoned to a private meeting with the president and his chief of staff without any witnesses. Now, I've already started listening to it when I cross stitch, and which I'm going to listen to more of it today. But it's starting off a little slow because it's kind of like, I can tell you, I already don't like the character that is the president because he is just, I don't even know how to describe him. He's not a jerk. He's just, how do I put this? He's not happy in his marriage, obviously. But he still loves his wife. But he's been cheating on his wife. Now, how long? I forget because it does tell you in the story. But I forget how long. But anyway, he gets caught, basically. And that's where I left off. So it's kind of like, and and of course, I'm sitting here wondering, okay, what does this have to do with him having this affair, and, eh, and of course it's election, it's close to the election, and I'm just kind of like, okay, what's that got to do with anything? Because, she, I don't know. So I'm really, really wanting to see, what happens. But so far it's pretty good, and it's by James Patterson. So that's another book there for anybody who likes to read. So anyway, okay, I said I was going to end like 20 minutes ago. So that's it, guys. I'm sorry I ran, kind of rambled. But anyway, it's one of those days. I hope everyone has a great week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.